Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the MrBenShow. Welcome to another episode of me reacting to the Gamescom 2019 stuff. Today, not finish it off, we have one more thing actually after this. But today, we're gonna take a look at the Inside Xbox. I haven't watched it yet, and then we'll do the one night live or whatever for Jeff Keighley's thing. We'll do that right after I'm done exporting this and editing it, and who knows how long this will take. This is a longer show, a little bit longer than the other two, and yeah. So we're just gonna snap it over so you can just see the screen. Sorry, I just ate like pizza and then drank a bunch of Monster. So I'm trying not to like burp into the microphone. We're just gonna play it. Oh, that's a little loud for me. And my ears. My poor little ears. Peggy 18. Well, Borderlands is not my thing, but okay. We're already starting off with something I'm not a fan of, but it's okay. No worries, though. Anyways, how is your guys' day going? I would have done this yesterday, but I had schoolwork and regular work, so I had to upload a backlog. Cologne. Pretty. Oh, I have hair in my eyes. Why do I have hair in my eyes? Oops, didn't mean to hit the microphone. Oh, feels like super early in the morning. It's not though. I think it's only like 11. But still. Presented by Borderlands 3. Microsoft couldn't fund their own thing. Woo!
New games coming to Xbox Game Pass and graduating from Xbox Game Preview. They grow up so fast, don't they, Greg? Plus, we welcome our friends at Bungie back to the Xbox stage to talk Destiny 2.
Yes. Tonight we're pulling out all the big hitters with news from Borderlands 3, NBA 2K20,
Blair Witch, Game Pass, Age of Empires, Gears Pop, NBA, who gives a fuck? Coast Recon, and went away. That's a cool Cuphead shirt. I like that. That's pretty dope. I still have hair in my eyes. Why?
Taking down the swarm one wave at a time. It's of course the world premiere of Gears 5 Horde mode.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to share it with all you on stage. I'm so excited to share it with all of you in the room, and I'm so excited to share it with all of you at home as well. Soon we'll be sitting down with Randy Varnell from Gearbox to talk Borderlands 3.
Yes.
Yeah, but in just a minute.
Eh.
But first of all, let's kick this show off right.
Okay.
The way we kick shows off is with a world premiere trailer.
Ooh.
Premiere.
Oh.
Let's do this.
What are we starting off with?
It's the 90s found footage phenomenon that revolutionized
Oh.
the horror genre and
Blair
single-handedly
Witch.
made standing in the corner
Blair Witch.
super creepy.
I mean, I feel like it was kind of creepy already, Greg. Yeah, right.
I know.
Okay.
Exclusive, right here on Inside Xbox. This is
I'm
the
so
first
excited to
trailer
play it.
for
I'm
Blair.
pumped it's coming to Game Pass on like day one. So that means we'll be playing it day one.
There are mistakes we fear and wrongs that haunt us. But the worst are the sins we we choose to forget.
Blooper team.
Bullet picked up a cell.
It looks great though. It looks so great.
Like you.
And you get to pet the dog. Ah!
I'm not gonna screw this up.
I want to pet the dog all the time.
Ellis, I can't do this anymore. Ellis, listen to me.
No.
You know you're in no shape to play the hero.
Hey, don't talk to me like I'm crazy.
Greetings, my beloved listeners.
God, that looks great.
Did you see her? When you looked into their eyes, did you see her?
What have you done, Ellis?
These woods made me remember. Now there's no way back.
Woo! I'm so pumped. That's literally in like a week, right?
Excited to play this game, but I genuinely don't
What's the
think
date
I can
today?
do it alone. If there's anyone out there who can provide
A
me
day
with support
and a
to
week.
do that,
Next Friday.
Anyway, as a worldwide
That's
event like
exciting,
Gamescom
though.
brings fans face to face with some of their favorite games. And do you know, Leah, what else does that?
I want to say unicorns, maybe.
I mean, close. But like a mythical beast of burden, Xbox Game Pass delights fans of all ages. And today we are saddling up a unicorn. Is this The Witcher 3? This was age appropriate for another big announcement. Since E3, more than 22 games have been added to the PC catalogue, including Shadow of War, Undertale, Blazing Chrome, Nightcall, and the Banner Saga 3.
And that is right. You also told us you want even more games because why wouldn't you? Well, today we're here to announce that there's a brand new group of games joining the Xbox Game Pass corral. Coming to Game
What's
Pass PC,
coming?
Game Pass Console and Game Pass Ultimate on August the 22nd. Kingdom Come Deliverance. The immersive.
Oh. Okay.
The immersive
That'll be fun to play.
RPG.
It's a really good game.
That begs the question, Julia, what would you do if a tyrannical medieval king murdered your entire family?
Go out to dinner. Alone.
We've all got our ways of dealing with things. Joining Game Pass that same day, it's the wildly frenetic Smash 'em Up 8 Out.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
The return of an iconic dungeon crawler from the mind of Brian Fargo and In Exile Entertainment. Bard's Tale 4 rolls out to Game Pass on August 27th. And just 3 days later, the horror game we just saw, Blair Witch, arrives on August 30th. I can't take it anymore.
But, wait, and you won't have to. There's more.
That's right. We've got 3 games launching into Xbox Game Pass today.
My
Today, so
my Kingdom Hearts
definitive edition
thing
best-selling
is getting all messed up.
game now in 4K is joining Game Pass for PC.
Eh.
Joining Xbox
I know a lot of people really love those games, though. So people are pumped for that.
Space 4X Grand
Another
Theft
game that a lot of people really like too.
Finally, if quick-witted 60 frames per second combo tactic demon slaying is your jam,
Ooh.
wouldn't it be? Because, you know, are you dead inside? Get ready to dust off that download button because starting today, Devil May Cry 5 joins in the Game Pass fun.
Yes. Absolutely amazing. Plus, for
Is that only on PC?
time, join or upgrade to Xbox Game Pass Ultimate and get your first 2 months for only $2.
That's pretty cool. Devil May Cry 5 is supposed to be really good too.
Check out the newly updated
I haven't played it yet,
for Windows
but I would love
They're
to.
able to better manage and find your Game Pass DC titles and DLC all in one handy place. Remember, Xbox Game Pass Ultimate gets you Game Pass for PC, Game Pass for console, and Xbox Live Gold, including access to the Ultimate Edition of Gears 5, which includes 4-day early access.
I mean, there's a lot of things that we're calling ultimate, and the way I look at it is just even the name itself is like saying, do you want a taco, or would you want the ultimate taco?
Ultimate Taco.
The ultimate taco,
Come
because
on.
it's clearly a lot better. Right. Also, since launching Xbox Game Pass
British
PC
people say
and
taco funny.
we've been listening closely to fans
Taco.
to make the PC gaming
Taco.
experience even better.
Taco?
So
Is that what she
check
said?
Xbox Game Pass right after
Taco?
the show for details
Taco.
Updates to the Xbox app for Windows 10, which are going to be coming very, very soon to you.
Ooh, but believe it or not, we are not done yet. Starting today, Dell Alienware Arena members can claim a free 30-day Xbox Game Pass PC beta code. New and existing Dell Alienware Arena members.
My nose.
Follow for more information.
We're nearly there, guys. We are happy to announce that Human Fall Flat, the quirky physics-based puzzle platformer and Game Pass classic title, has new free DLC for both PC and console coming very, very soon.
Cool.
The Steam update, comes direct from the mind of the game's creators and is slated to hit consoles and PCs in late August. For more on the free DLC, why don't we check this out?
It looks fun. It's just more Human Fall Flat, which, I mean, it's a fun game.
Oh man,
Cool.
Looks absolutely manic.
I don't know about you, but that kind of just reminds me of like trying to make like a cup of tea when you come home really late at night, and then there's just things fall over.
And you're also wearing
There's steam
upper gloves.
everywhere.
Yeah. We've got much more in store, including that first look at Gears 5 Horde mode. But first, Age of Empires fans, listen up. Because Age Definitive Edition coming to Game Pass isn't the only Age news we've got for you today.
No, to find out more, we're going to toss it over to our Wololo and Chief Charlie. Charlie, are you Wololo-loing over there right
Thank you, Julia, and a wall to everyone around. It seemed like only yesterday the Age of Empires franchise burst onto the real-time strategy scene, and since then it's become a worldwide fan favorite. Ever since the announcement of Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition, the anticipation has been building faster than an Aztec civilization on Arabia. But if, like me, you can't wait to get your hands on the remastered Age 2 Definitive Edition, your wait is almost over. Because today, we're happy to announce that it's launching November 14th for PC and Xbox Game Pass for PC, and it's available to pre-order right now. But don't worry,
Cool.
for those who play Age 2 on Steam, never fear. Our friends over at Valve are offering a 25% discount to upgrade to the Definitive Edition. And if you need any more reason to get in on the remastered fun, Age 2 Definitive Edition will feature cross-platform and cross-play functionality across Steam and the Windows 10 store. Plus, did I mention, there's also a bonus campaign. It's called The Last Khans, and
I wonder if they'll actually announce anything new in between all of this. Like, I don't think this would be the place for it, but it's quite possible. I mean, the release dates, that's stuff, but, you know, like, a big mic drop moment of like, this is coming. You didn't know about it yet. I don't think so, though. Which is fine.
I'm not gonna lie, it is the cutest thing in the world, but it's hard to tell, right? Talking about me, right? Or, of course, a Funko Pop Marcus Phoenix, because luckily, we don't have to choose for long. As today, we're excited to announce that Gears Pop will be available starting August 22nd, which is amazing. August 22nd, we're gonna get Gears Pop, right? This adorable play title will be available on iOS,
That's
Android,
today,
drum roll please,
as of recording this.
10. Plus, with game progress synced across all your
Yeah.
devices with your
Yeah, it's
Microsoft
out.
account,
Okay.
fans can finally realize our dream of
Cool.
playing Gears Pop at the office, right? Which they finally won't be able to tell me off for, which would be brilliant. And fans of free stuff,
I'll at
free
least
stuff,
try it.
right? Listen, make sure you're logged
I
in
doubt I'll
to
like
account.
it, but I'll at least
Watch this
try it.
program on mixer.com/Xbox to receive a free in-game Gears Pop Gamescom promotional pack with an assortment of Gears Pop pins to help build and upgrade your squad of adorable and badass Gears Pops. Remember to pre-register today to have the game ready on your devices when it launches later this week. But to hold you over until then, check this out.
It would make me a lot happier if like they actually exploded and like it was just insanely gory. Like he's just chainsawing through other pops. Maybe I won't play it. Oh god. They put so much work in an NBA, and I don't know what, but they can't get faces right. Like, I think every single time I see a face from NBA, or 2K at least, that, I mean, probably even live. I don't even pay attention to live. But 2K, the faces look like garbage every time. Like last year, the mouse looked like silly putty when they would speak and stuff. It looked gross.
We have your overall rating for the game. Would you like to really awkwardly for us to reveal it now? What do you think? What was it last year? Can you remember?
I have no idea.
Okay.
No idea.
Are you ready to hear what his overall rating is? All right, let's reveal it, please. But boom, it's only 6.
Nah.
Is that better than last year?
Everyone boo. Everyone eat
No,
boo.
everyone cheers. Better than last year. That's the important thing.
It's a 76 though. Swimming in sevens.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. For me, I don't really care too much about it. But 2K, I would like for it to be a little bit higher. But
If you could just pass that on.
yeah, I'll just pass it on to. But I played Hurt last year, so that's gonna be my excuse for myself.
I really don't even care about this enough to even watch it.
You should see how footballers in the UK react with
No, that.
I just want to skip it. Oh, is this okay? I'll watch the trailer. I'll give that a shot. Because I don't give a shit what he has to say at all.
Exclusively produced by LeBron James and Spring Hill Entertainment. Has a bunch of Hollywood star power, so I'm very excited about that. Hope you guys are excited.
Star power doesn't make a good game though.
That game as I am. So,
oh yes, well thank you so much for joining us. And in the immortal words of sportscaster Warner Wolf, let's go to videotape, but don't press play because it's the past.
Jake, Coach said you were being held out for a violation of team rules. Care to comment?
It ain't easy watching your brother fall like that, but hey, this
It would have been funnier if he said, "If it ain't easy being cheesy."
I've been your advisor for 4 years. If you really want them to hear you, you've got to be willing to sacrifice.
It was a choice.
You chose to sit out.
I chose to stand up.
whatever point you think you're making, son, now is not the time. You are the captain of this team. Better act like it.
I believe I am, Coach.
Graduating, Jake. You are letting them win.
Really, I just wanted to help out my teammate, man.
Tournament ends, suddenly everything gets real.
If you and I want to try and make it into the league, I can't have anyone else in your ear.
So you sure this agent knows what he has in you? I mean, you're so much more than basketball.
Tighten that elbow, kid.
Whoa, what's up, Kimber?
Are you ready to touch Earth?
Man, I ain't touching no earth, man. What's up?
Gentlemen, I'm your trainer for the next couple months.
These next few days, he has a chance to really impress these scouts.
Mav handles all of LeBron's off-court opportunities.
I'm not done, Z. It's time to put people on notice.
I want you to get out there and get us this dub.
Those were your decisions.
Feel that? That's the anxiety, all right? Use it.
Our success hinges on authenticity.
Boy, there we go. Looking just like yourself.
Really giving athletes a voice to become more than an athlete.
It took me a while to understand the opportunity that I was given. If you want it bad enough,
This has to appeal to someone, right?
it will find you.
Right? Because they wouldn't make it and put that much money into it if this didn't appeal to someone. Right?
Yeah, we'll just catch you later.
Okay.
Ah!
He really is very tall. Let's keep this gaming train moving with another world premiere. This time from just a small title called Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Breakpoint.
Why are we calling it world premieres when it's not a world premiere?
Latest installment in the Ghost Recon franchise. But of course, we won't just leave it there. This is
It's not a world premiere if it's already announced. I'm just gonna say that.
first glimpse into Ghost War, the competitive multiplayer experience. Check this out.
When facing your own kind, your skills alone are not enough.
Okay. It's like this trailer's a lot different in tone than last one. Oh, it's a multiplayer mode. That makes more sense. Oh, my allergies.
But in the heat of the battle, I'll take care of it. It's only by working as a team that you can rise. Gotcha.
It's a bad cover of this song. Or remix, or whatever it would be. I mean, the song wasn't that good to begin with, but... Ghost War. Ghost War.
Well, that looked a little bit awesome, didn't it? Let's recap. That's a new PvP mode with intense tactical matches, an extensive shared progression system, and dedicated servers. Double plus bonus, a battle royale style circle encroaching on the battlefield. Find out when Ghost War launches on October the 4th with the full game. Plus, if you pre-order Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Breakpoint, you get access to the beta starting September the 5th. Now to the latest from Borderlands 3.
Joining me now. Okay. Oh, yeah, go on then. Come on. Come on. Yeah? Okay.
Well,
For narrative at Gearbox, Randy Varnell. Welcome to Inside Xbox. Yeah. But Randy, that's enough of the pleasantries. I'm grilling you today. Okay? We're gonna get this real serious for a very, very serious game.
Very serious.
Yeah? Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, so the first thing I need to say is for people who have been not so patiently waiting for the new Borderlands series, what can we expect from the stories and where can new fans jump in?
Well, you know, it's been 7 years since Borderlands 2, and Borderlands 3 is a continuation of that story that started. Actually, this is the 10-year anniversary of the release of Borderlands 1. It came out in 2009. Yeah, so that's a big thing. So Borderlands 3 carries on that tradition. It's a continuation of the story. At the end of Borderlands 2, he left off with a map to the stars, the vault map, talking about new places that vaults will be scattered across the universe. So Borderlands 3, our players get to jump in the roles of new vault hunters and hunt down those vaults across multiple planets in the universe. So the first time ever in the Borderlands universe, we're going to get off Pandora and get to other places and hunt down those treasures hidden away in those secret alien vaults.
Okay, well, we'll come back to the planets later because you did mention Vault Hunters, and from my experience, that's always the first thing you do with Borderlands, right?
That's right.
So recently we saw Flak. Can you tell
oh, I didn't realize how much I don't care about Borderlands until they started talking about Borderlands, and I don't care about Borderlands.
Recently, as we
I don't.
prepared the game and got it ready to ship. Flak is the Beastmaster. And what I'm really excited about that.
I know a lot of people do, though.
Gage in Borderlands 2, who had the Necromancer, who had that trap. A lot of people love that. Flak, we are happy to talk about, is a.
It is really weird that it's presented by Borderlands, but it's an Xbox show, so like Microsoft should be like
spider ant,
the
skag,
the main deal.
It's been confirmed we can pet the skag.
You can pet the skag,
We
and
can
the,
pet
and the
the skag.
skag
So good.
responds to that. But flak is really cool. So you have your choice of which pet that you want, and then like we've done with a lot of the Vault
Pets.
Borderlands 3, a lot of different ways to customize and make that character your own, right? So not only do you get to choose which pet, but flak gets to choose on top of that which action skill you use. So flak has one where you can supercharge the pet. So as the pet's out and doing things, you can. It's called Gamma Burst. You can make the pet kind of swell up, get all swole, go take down other things. Flak can also do a thing called Rack Attack, where he literally pulls rack. We call rack, pocket rack. He pulls rack from his pockets of flying creatures, right? And they run out and do damage. But Flak also has a stealth type of ability. So if you like to let your pets do the action, you want to hang back and kind of play there. Flak can kind of ghost out of existence and then let the pets do all the work.
And we're going to be using that against some bad guys, and what's Borderlands without some bad guys? And in this one, we've got the Calypso twins. So can you tell me exactly how big, bad, big and very bad and scary are these guys?
Well, in Borderlands 2, we had a great villain, Handsome Jack, who thought you, the player, were bandits. He just calls you bandits the whole time. Well, the bandits are kind of this wild mix of enemies across Pandora that have never really been unified and all of that. Well, the Calypsos are big enough that they have finally unified all the bandit clans on Pandora and have rebranded them the Children of the Vault.
Oh, yeah.
The COV. You'll see those signs everywhere. And the way they do that is the Calypso twins are streamers.
They're live streamers.
They're streamers.
I've never met one of those before.
No. And no one in mind when we made the Calypso twins. But no, seriously, we asked with the Calypso twins, what would happen if our super awesome live streamers that have, tons of fans decided to militarize their fan base.
Use that influence.
That's right, use that. So the Calypso twins kind of want the same thing you
It's
want.
the
They want the Vault.
dumbest shit I've ever heard.
The Calypso twins are going to be in your face. They're going to
But
be trying
it's
to
kind of
stop you
cool
on
at the
that
same time.
to get kind of off the planet to the other vaults. And in great streamer fashion, they're going to be recording and putting those streams back in there, and they're going to ask you all to like, follow, and obey as you follow the cult of the God Queen Tyrene and her brother Troy as they hunt for the vaults in front of you. So really cool enemies. I think people are going to really enjoy them. But man, they are aggressive.
And now we're going to have to wrap in a second, but I did want to come back to the planets. In one word, how big is this game?
This game is huge.
This dude with all the buttons on his vest in the background with the 4 chins is very distracting. It's like, hey.
Right, but we've already talked about you start on Pandora, which we've been before, and there's some good gameplay there. We've talked about Promethea, which is the big city planet, a big urban area with huge buildings, and there's a big corporate war going on between two of our big corporations, Maliwan and Atlas. And then we've also talked to E3 about Eden 6, a big swampy jungle planet. I call it Space Florida or Space Louisiana. It's just full of jungles and dinosaurs and all sorts of stuff. And there might be even some more surprises around the corner, but I don't want to spoil everything.
Yeah, that's probably pretty good. These guys are going to get more information later. Let's stop at surprises. Anyway, thank you so much, Randy, for being here. And remember, in case anyone in the room has forgotten.
If you got it.
Okay. This is all for you. Borderlands launches on Xbox One on September 13th. But from the game with all of the loot to a game that also has quite a lot of loot, it's time to talk about PUBG. But before we dive into it, let's check out another world premiere. This is PUBG Season 4.
I ain't trying to bring you down, but for real, you might as well give up now.
Ooh. I haven't played PUBG in so long. I played it a little bit when it first came out. And just fell off completely. I have friends that still play it though. I don't know. Battle Royale, I mean, I'll play them for a bit. I'm not into them like most people are. Like, there's so many people I know that just go back to them constantly, and that's just not how I play games. Like, any game, period. I can't go play a game for the same game for 8 hours for several months and be fine with it. I don't know. At least with other people, and it feel like I'm not making any progression. Like if it was like The Witcher or something like that, it's one thing, but I don't know. With Battle Royales, it's like, oh, I'm gonna play for 20 minutes, and then not play for 5 months because I'm gonna get the same experience no matter what.
And also, there is some secret place that you can find some clue what happened at there. With all these changes, it's still Erangel. We know that everyone loved the Erangel, so we try hard to keep it unique.
Oh, hey, it's the idea Xbox soon. What was the last thing that we watched that he wasn't there for? Was that E3? Was he not at E3 this year?
Yes, Season 4 also introduces Survival Pass 4 Aftermath, which allows players to unlock over 100 rewards. These rewards showcase the past and the future of Erangel.
Yeah.
We've also added the cooperative missions, which allows the community to work together towards goals and milestones. As you achieve these milestones together, you'll be able to unlock new rewards. And also, you'll be able to swap out missions more easily than previous passes. Yeah. And you can use BP to continue changing them if you're not up to certain tasks.
Also, I cannot wait to start getting all those unlocks. Chris, Season 4 trailer, how awesome was that?
That's actually the first time I've ever seen the trailer. Like, I keep hearing about it, and now I finally got it looks fantastic, and like I'm really stoked about finding out more about what's going on, finding some secrets, and
really overselling that. It looks fantastic. It looks like PUBG. I don't know if fantastic is gonna be the word for that.
Everyone here is. Chris is the person that kills you when you're so close to chicken dinner. It's a nightmare. But I know, Chris, that's not all you've come to share about PUBG today. What else have you got?
Yes, it's one of the things that everyone wanted to have. It's cross-platform play.
A new map.
Cross-play for console for PUBG.
Crossplay is a big deal.
Yeah, all those Xbox players join the matches and competing with the PlayStation players. And it will make the matchmaking pool bigger globally and also offer more competition.
Yeah, Chris, like, how is this, like, having this?
It's fantastic. I mean, when we first enabled cross-console play, like, several years ago, this is the exact kind of scenario we were envisioning, just letting the whole global population play together on console with each other. Like, fantastic. Super excited to
It's just exciting to see the
Who's talking in the background?
Have more players on PUBG. It's going to be really exciting. And Ray,
actually, there's one more thing about the schedule. We are aiming to update cross-platform play on the public test server on the late September, and after a week of beta, we plan to update the live server in early October.
Late September, that's a crossplay is not that far away for us. It's really exciting. I cannot wait to get involved with it. And right, PUBG has been now here been on console for 2 years now. What else have you got to say to all the players?
We really appreciate the love and feedback all the PUBG community has given us since we've launched.
And on behalf of every people in the PUBG, and thank you for playing and supporting us and loving us, and see you at the very ground.
Word.
I'd just say, like, on behalf, I think, of everyone, just thank you for giving us a great game to play. Thank you so much
this
for
is
joining
like,
us today. I personally cannot wait to drop into season
I don't know,
4.
patch notes,
Now,
the conference.
with the game set in a quaint post-apocalyptic winter wonderland.
Yeah, thank you, Benny. Thank you. Quaint.
Wastelanders 3. Hopefully this show's better than what it did at E3. Was at E3, it was like, I forgot what it was after, too. It was after something that was a huge deal, but just didn't look good there.
With deep branching storylines and an open world, Wasteland 3 is truly the next frontier. We've got your first look at the new story, combat, and one heck of a ride. For more on the new title, take a gander at this here world premiere trailer.
Rangers, this is the Patriarch of Colorado speaking. Thank you for agreeing to help me. I believe this partnership will be beneficial to both of us.
You will bring my fractious children to heal, while I will ensure the continued existence of your organization. Just be warned. Your trip to Colorado will not be easy. Gangs and cults watch the passes and prey on the unwary.
I already like this vibe better than the last one.
You will have to fight to reach us.
I'll probably end up playing it. I liked Wastelanders too.
But reach us you must, Rangers. We have a war to win.
Alright! It's my favorite part of the show because I get to introduce you to some brand new and never before seen Xbox controllers. What do you think?
Oh, that blue one wasn't what I thought it was. I hate those, like, the sport ones, but I don't know. I thought it was a new Ocean Shadow. Got excited. Night Ops.
Organic camouflage, but the twist here is this really cool stealthy black, grey and metallic gold coloring. Now the gold in particular, it's got this kind of like metal effect, so it shifts in the light and it seems to change color right in front of you. It's super, super cool. You've also got a gorgeous gold metallic D-pad, and I personally love the textured triggers that keep you locked in when you're getting those dubs. And
I don't. I like this. It's not super smooth, but I don't know. I like the way this feels.
The official Xbox gear Night Ops camo t-shirt. You can see it matches the camo there. Look at that. So you can finally accessorize your t-shirt to your controller. And this t-shirt will be available to purchase here at Gamescom or online in the US and Canada starting tomorrow. Right, next up, we've got a new star signing in the Sports Series squad. This is the Sport Blue Special Edition controller, and as you can see, it's rocking a blue color scheme with a geometric pattern on the top case.
Yeah, those things look ugly. I don't know what about them. They have like the red one, the green one, or the gray one. I think they might have a green one. I don't know. I just don't like the look of them. Oh yeah, and those rubbers. Yeah. Maybe that's another reason why I remember picking those up.
5mm stereo ports, so you can plug your headsets directly in. Now,
I think they look ugly though. The Night Ops one I would probably get.
Live on the Xbox YouTube channel right after this show. So what do you think, everybody? What do you think of new controllers? Like, right?
It's okay.
Some controller fans in the audience tonight, and I love that, right? If you
You're actually putting me the fuck to sleep. It's a really boring conference. Oh yeah, it's not really a conference, it's a live show, but
every Xbox One controller ever made. Yup. Literally every single one. There's so many cool and interesting stories and behind the scenes things in here.
that one's cool looking.
Every Xbox One controller ever made.
Oh, my feet itch so badly.
YouTube and Instagram TV on August 26th. Do not miss that.
Rather be itching my feet.
A couple of new controllers to a couple known throughout the gaming world for their visionary titles. Julia's about to catch up with Brenda Romero and John Romero in the Speakeasy. So
Oh, is it Vice or Empire Sin? That's what it's called. Why did I say Vice?
Of Sin.
This looks okay. It's like a tactical mafia game.
He's been a thorn in my side. And now he says he wants to cut a deal. He doesn't know what's coming. But first, let's go back to the beginning. A week ago, I got into Chicago. As soon as I did, I started handing out my calling card. It wasn't long before I was building an empire and making contacts. I had a few ups and downs along the way. Eddie and Marie fell in love and ran off. And sure, Tammy's the best shot in town. If she doesn't show up drunk, that is. And Jack? No one would mess with Jack. Old Ronnie didn't take too well to my way of doing business. Now he thinks he's got me pegged. He ain't got nothing. What he doesn't know is I've been making deals all around town, and I got just enough cops to look the other way. Those who work with me are afraid of nothing. I almost feel bad for the guy. He's just a step on my way to the top. But if it wasn't me taking him down, it'd be somebody else. Think you got what it takes? Come and get it.
Yeah, it looks good. I'm excited for it. I'll play it. I'm not like sweating over it, but I'll play it.
Developers have been making waves in the gaming world for years, making some of your favorite games. From Romero Games Limited, game director Brenda Romero and President John Romero, welcome to Inside Xbox.
Thank you.
Wow. First of all, the game looks incredible, and so I believe you've had the idea for quite some time, and it was inspired by a local watering hole. Is that right?
Yeah, it was. I mean, bars can be good for other things, like games, for instance. Among other
Where
things.
Where are you drinking?
So the bar. I grew up in a town in northern New York,
Yeah.
and in Ogdensburg, and there wasn't a lot happening. But this one place in town was called The Place. Unbelievably, that's its name.
Meta.
Still is called The Place. Anyway, The Place was the oldest continuously operating bar in the U.S. Now, whether that's true or not, I didn't know. But when I started asking my mom questions, like, why didn't the cops just shut it down?
Yeah.
The answers I got, she didn't want to give me answers that would be like, well, future game designer, here's how criminal empires are built. So instead, she didn't want to talk about the gray area, and she just sort of pushed me away. But it developed this fascination with criminal empires, and so Paradox was happy to turn that into a game. And I've always been fascinated with this time period. There's a lot going on.
Yeah, and you guys did like a whole bunch of research, and I think it's like half of the bosses are kind of sort of about
Stretch.
and half are actually sort of real, based on real people.
Yeah, I think the majority certainly are real.
Yeah.
In fact, John's great grandmother's in the game. Was I supposed to say that?
No,
I've said it.
Exclusive.
I've said it now. Yeah. So about half the bosses are real, and the other half are fictional characters that are sum up the era.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've done a ridiculous amount of research into it.
That's brilliant. I mean, John, so obviously we've seen a little bit about kind of what the game's like. What's the main sort of player experience like? Going into this game, what am I going to be doing? What are we going to be doing?
Well, it's a strategy game, so there's a lot going on in it. And you have to manage your 4 main resources.
Okay.
Which is your money, your alcohol,
I'm not
your
good at any of those.
RPCs, and the time that you have.
Okay.
And time's a ticking, and everybody wants to have the biggest empire. Of course, you start at the bottom at the beginning. But you do a lot of things in this game. You make a lot of crazy decisions, such as, you sell alcohol to, say, allies of yours. Well, you can sell some poison alcohol and kill a lot of other guys. You won't be allies after that.
I mean, no.
You can do a lot of really underhanded stuff in this game.
But yeah.
That sounds really fun. And one of these sort of interesting things I was reading about was about the kind of recruitable playable characters. So you've always got, they were saying that they're quite, got randomized traits, and then as the game...
I don't really have much to say about all of this. This reaction is going to be pretty boring, at least for hearing my opinions on things, because they're just explaining it.
Okay. By the end of the game,
And I want to hear about it.
Than my Tammy. So your Tammy, depending on how you play the game, and the other characters that you recruit to play with her as well, your Tammy can end up being a serial killer. Mine could end up in love.
Wow.
So there's lots of different dynamic character things that build throughout the game that are a reflection of how you play.
That's really interesting. And one other thing I was thinking about was, obviously, kind of going to strategy games, sometimes people are sort of like, oh, I just want to kind of hop in for, maybe I don't want to commit sort of a full, stint at it. And you can actually sort of play kind of smaller games. How does that sort of work within the game?
Well, the way we've done it, you can...
Oh, my shoulder. So not pop it.
For the next many months, you can have a game with all the bosses.
Yeah.
All, like, as much as Chicago as you can probably handle. So you can take the full game, or you can say, no, I just want to play a few bosses and have a quick game.
I do need to go to work at some point in my life.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it looks really, really fascinating. What do you guys think? It looks really fun, huh? Yeah? So, when can these guys get their hands on the game? That's what we want to know, right? When can we play it?
Yeah.
What date? What's the date?
Sorry?
When can we play it?
Spring 2020.
Spring 2020. So not too long to wait. Oh, fantastic. Thank you so much, Brenda
Thank
and John,
you, thank you.
for joining us and for being here. Now, we've got so much more to come, including, I don't know, a smallish, I don't know, what's that game called? Gears 5? I don't know. There's a bit of a showcase of something about that later. I don't know. Never heard of it. Just kidding. Later in the show, obviously. But before we get there, a graduation celebration is in order because from the makers of DayZ comes the next great shoot and loot survival game. And today, we're excited to announce it's out of Xbox Game Preview. Vigor 1.0 officially releases as free-to-play title today. And to celebrate the launch,
Vigor?
they're giving away a custom in-game Xbox.
I've never heard of that.
Click on the link below to get your hands on that. So basically, just get ready to shoot, loot, look amazing while you're doing it.
How long has Vigor been in
This is Vigor
in game preview?
It all happens so fast. Our future was tainted by
Okay.
radioactive dust overnight. Norway
Very
has become the last
Metro-esque.
crossed by footprints of surviving outlanders.
I can't tell. Is this game first person? Is it third person? Is it overhead? Vigor. I was gonna skip it, but too late.
So much games. Now to a guy who is nice enough to send us his on-camera interview requirements. So, you know, we thought we'd return the favor by basically reading that rider out on stage. And I'm not even kidding, this is a direct email that we stole off the Xbox servers. No joke, right. Dear Inside Xbox, I have a multi-dimensional preparation program which I find is key to setting me up for success. And with enough time, this shouldn't be a problem for the team. My request covers key things like organic snacks, specific climate controlled room, positive color palette, ergonomic...
Turn off the music.
What's a performance song? I sort of want it. And fair trade organic sustainable cold brew from the island of Mauritius. It's thoroughly unreal.
Her yelling over the music is not cool. It's really bad and jarring.
Try us. So to catch up with this Xbox mainstay and to find out a bit more, I want to try some of this coffee. We're going to chuck it over to Charlie. Did he bring any?
I can't see any coffee, Julia. I can confirm. I think he might be in his performance socks. Thank you so much. I am here with a guy who is so Xbox, he does insist we call him Greenie. I'm going to ask you for another round of applause because it is, of course, the GM of Xbox Games Marketing. It's Aaron Greenberg. Right, I'm going to kick things off with a very topical question. It's Gamescom this week, or in Cologne. It's wonderful, but Xbox are really turning up this week. What can fans expect from the open doors experience and over at the booth?
Well, first I have to say, well played Inside Xbox crew. You can see we work hard here, but we try to have fun, and so you guys definitely got me back with that one. Listen, this is the year of Gears. This is the moment people have been waiting for. We know fans are really excited.
just was backstage with Ryan and Rod. They're going to be out here to world premiere Horde. And tons of innovation coming with Horde. This is the biggest
Horde
ever made. And shortly after this show, the opening of Gamescom, opening night live, the first game you will see is world premiere of Campaign. We have an awesome story asset featuring campaign gameplay as well as Kate's story. Rod will be there with Jeff Keighley. So this is a huge, huge day for Gears and Gears.
I don't have a
this here and of course around the world.
Gears of War game near me. I don't think. Nope. Nope. That's probably in the giant stack way over there.
Fans come not just from Germany but all over Europe. So we have a huge booth. We have hundreds of games on display. It's great to see fans get first hands on Minecraft.
Oh, my back, dude.
Fans will be able to play that in our booth. We've got Bleeding Edge first time hands on.
How much longer of this do we have? This is.
The rare teams here. People will be playing Battletoads for the first
This has been okay. It just feels like very long-winded.
And they brought some nice surprises with Sea of Thieves as well. First look at Duo Sloops, and anyone that plays Sea of Thieves this week gets the Halo ship livery for free as a bonus as well.
Pretty good deal.
It is pretty good, but
people here around at home.
For me, my favorite part of Gamescom is all these people right here, the fans.
Just these two.
So while we have a massive booth and we're welcoming those hundreds of thousands of people that come in, this experience here, this huge
What is happening?
Show, the rest of the week is an experience designed just for fans. So to get hands-on, we're going to have tournaments, we're going to have panels in a really intimate setting.
I'm back on Thursday doing a Mortal Kombat show, so like, just get involved.
Exactly. We've got a Mortal Kombat tournament. We got the Mountain coming.
We do.
I'm going to try to take that guy down. So yeah, I mean, let's do it. So I'll be here Thursday. We'll be streaming that on Mixer to people that want to watch at home, and just great to be able to celebrate with our fans.
Absolutely, and it's not going to be the only way this year, is it? There's something coming up in my neck of the woods, I believe, something called Exo 19. Can you give us as much information as possible about that?
Yes. If you thought what we were announcing and showing here at Gamescom was huge, just wait until you see Exo 19. What I love about this, it's a
I don't feel like you've really announced much. Showing, yes. You're showing a lot of stuff that you've already announced, but you haven't really announced anything. The biggest announcements was what's coming to Game Pass. And those were all old games besides Blair Witch. And Blair Witch comes out in a week. Which, like I said, I'm super excited for. But we're calling things world premieres when they're not. And we're calling them announcements when I guess technically they are. But they're not. They're not what you would think. You know?
Thousands of tickets available. They're only £19, giving all of the money and proceeds to charity. September 24th, the tickets go on sale. You can check it out at xbox.com/exo19. But November 14th, mark your calendars. It's going to be huge.
It is indeed.
Oh, my allergies. Like the middle of my nose itches. It's the worst.
If the games and the date and the fact you're coming to London isn't enough, my piece of paper tells me there's going to be a couple special guests there as well.
Well,
are we flying anyone in?
Yes. Major Nelson will be there.
There we go. Yeah.
Our head of Xbox Game Studios, Matt Booty, will be there.
Indeed, he will. Yeah.
Of course, I will be there, but
the best one, the best one, the best one.
And even the big man himself, Phil Spencer, will be in London for Exo 19. All of our creative teams will be there. Please join us.
I tell you what,
I just wanted that whole bit to end. How much longer do we have of this? What the fuck? What?
Right, that's the deal. And also bring the scooter along. Right, I'm so jealous. We've just been whizzing around in Cologne on scooters. It's been great fun. But speaking of diplomacy, the upcoming action RPG Greedfall has already made waves, and it's not even out yet. This epic open world adventure takes you through the diverse factions on an island populated by not so nice locals. Now, For the first glimpse, we're getting a glimpse into those characters and relationships that can truly shape the way the game is played. Let's take a look. It's awesome.
Today is the big day, isn't it? Ready to set sail for that island everyone's talking about.
Oh yeah, I've heard about this game. This game looks good.
Until the men appeared from the sea, intent on making our lands their own.
In Greedfall, the world and your story are ever-changing based on the choices you make. You'll enter the island of Tyr Freddy, not to act as an assassin or soldier. First and foremost, you are a diplomat, with all the social powers and status that come with it. You're free to explore every faction's settlement and deal with the powers that govern each. To overcome the challenges ahead, you'll need to befriend members of every faction, some of whom will journey, fight, and talk alongside you.
Your Majesty, I shall present you to the governor. Come.
Princess, Majesty, you are most confusing, but thank you for your help.
Compose your party of 3 from anyone who's joined you so far. But choose carefully. Each companion brings something different to combat. Kurt, your
I can't believe there's still another fucking hour of this.
for a great frontline warrior. Meanwhile, Afra, a talented scientist from the Bridge Alliance, specializes in ranged weaponry, such as rifles and throwable explosive files. Regardless of who you choose, be sure to regularly switch out and upgrade your companion's equipment and weapons, or you may find yourself overwhelmed in battle. During dialogues and diplomacy, your party members will chime in and react depending on your choices and what's being said.
My son, it is clear this woman has no intention of helping us.
I ask you to forgive these foreigners. They do not know our customs.
For example, Siora is a Tyr Freddy native, fiercely protective of her people's rights. Sides strongly with someone antagonistic to the natives while in her presence, and an angry interruption may force your hand into bloodshed.
Don't tell me that you are going to humor this crazed assassin.
Be sure to pay close attention to your party members' needs.
So you're saying she's no fun.
Story and unique personal quests. Ignoring them for too long may even cause them to leave the party. Petrus is a missionary of Ptolemy with a remarkable way with words and an outwardly fatherly nature that masks deep-rooted ambitions. Vasco, a captain of the Seafaring Knots, is one of the more secretive, closed members of your party. Spend time with the captain and complete his personal quest line, and he'll inevitably open up. Develop close friendships with all of your companions, and some may even lead to romance. Never forget.
Oh my god, did you hear that? There's romance options.
Constantine, I'm here. Pull yourself together.
Nothing said or unsaid can be taken for granted. Ultimately, the choices you make will shape the future of the island.
We didn't want this.
It looks good. I still don't know what the fucking gameplay is like though. They haven't shown any gameplay. It's just cutscene clips. Cool.
Welcome back, everyone. I am up here at the bar with my boys. Gamescom is my favorite part of the summer. And listen, summer is the best time to get on some gaming goodness. And with the Xbox Summer Spotlight sale, it's never been easier.
I need to pee real quick, so I'm gonna pause that.
Right now,
alright.
get your hands on more than 60 new titles across the Xbox family at great prices. Plus, for a limited time, you can earn up to 4,000 Microsoft reward points when you spend $40 on Summer Spotlight titles. Bargain hunt. And with games
Control.
like Sky, Overcooked 2, and Vigor on Spotlight, earning those points will be a cool summer breeze.
Is Control not getting a physical release?
Make sure to check the Microsoft Store every Tuesday and follow Xbox on Twitter so we can keep you up to date until after the boys of summer have gone. Nice little Don Henley reference there for the oldies amongst us. He got it. All right, coming up, we've got Bungie back on the Xbox stage for the first time in years with Destiny 2.
Yeah?
We'll show you the latest from Metro Exodus with the 2 Kernels DLC and a weapon that is truly on fuego. But first, it's time for another world premiere trailer. Fans of The Surge, get ready because the sequel has a bigger world, tougher enemies, and the most custom customizable exo rig.
Now we're talking.
Let's take a look.
Welcome to the Surge 2. Set in the ruins of a futuristic city, you must escape a merciless world filled with mysterious military forces, a rampaging cult, and nanomachine monstrosities. You are the survivor of Flight 221, with no choice but to find a way past Jericho City's war-torn walls. Explore the city's intricate and desolate pathways to discover hidden paths and shortcuts. Create your character and survive thanks to your Exo Rig, a powerful mobile machine that gives you increased strength, speed, and endurance.
This looks
To get new
great.
gear, you will need to take them from your foes. Using the limb
I've
targeting
been like
system,
complete blackout since the first trailer of this.
target a weapon or piece you're interested in.
I know they released gameplay way earlier.
Brutal execution to slice it off. Like every machine, the exosuit can be tuned, adjusted, and upgraded to your liking. Opt for speed and agility, or focus on taking powerful blows to convert them into energy. Your exo rig is centered around your core power, which dictates how much gear you can attach to your suit. Each piece of armor and every implant comes at a cost, so choose wisely. Most pieces of armor you find have both partial and full set bonuses, allowing you to either specialize or hybridize the way you want to fight.
Cool.
To further customize your exosuit, you also have access to implants and injectables. These provide passive and active bonuses to your character, ranging from effects like predicting parry direction to slowing down time. The Surge 2 features 80 weapons across 9 types, such as the dual-bladed twin rig and the brand new transforming double duty. These weapons range from military security batons to jury-rigged homemade spears. Each weapon has unique attack speeds, ranges, and damage types. No warrior can get by with attacks alone. You have a variety of defensive tools at your disposal, each with their own advantages.
God, this game looks great.
Dodging is for those who believe
It looks
protection is
great.
the cure.
I want it now.
Aggressive
It's soon, right? I'm pretty sure it's like September.
You can use either the duck or the short hop to evade high or low attacks. These are followed up by a counterattack, which staggers enemies and opens them up to a powerful punishing blow. Blocking can be used to gain energy, which is the resource used for injectables and finishing moves. A block can be defended if you have enough stamina to withstand the attack. You can take this even further by using the directional parry, which rewards a lot more energy and leaves even the tallest enemies out of balance. Dodging, blocking, and parrying can be used to cancel animations and to extend combos, granting you a wealth of attack possibilities that are up to you to discover.
Sick.
Following you is your favorite combat drone, which can be fitted with several different
Now you got me
options,
excited.
including grenades, Gatling guns, powerful charged lasers, industrial magnets, and sniper rifles. These can
Hell
be used as
yeah.
attacks for devastating combos, as well as openers and finishers to your fights. The drones can also be used to interact with other players in asynchronous multiplayer by tagging areas with graffiti or placing a special banner in the world that rewards you if few players find it.
This music is great too.
Also appear powerful foes who have been upgraded by slaying another player. As you get further into the Surge 2, you will discover new implants, new upgrades, new weapons, and new ways to explore, and each of them will be needed to rise above the ruins of Jericho City. The enemies you face will be both man and machine, each bringing a new and deadly challenge. These are the tools at your disposal and will be the means for you to overcome every threat. Survive the Surge 2 on September 24 on Xbox One.
Sick.
It's been a while since we've had Bungie on the Xbox stage, so I'm pleased to Punch to be joined today by game director Ben Womack and community manager Deej. Let's welcome them to the stage.
Hi.
So very excited that you're here with us.
I'm not. I'm not excited to hear about Destiny for 5 minutes, but here we go.
Because it looks very exciting.
Oh, I'm the most excited. But
I don't know. Have you met Leah?
I'm almost vibrating with excitement.
I don't know. You've got some competition there.
Please tell us absolutely everything in excruciating detail. I don't think anyone will mind.
all right, everyone sit down. We're in half an hour. No. We'll start with finishers are very simply another element of the combat, another tool that you'll be able to take into Destiny combat that lets you finish off an enemy with a flourish when they're at low health. So you're going to see them get this kind of glow and a dot pair of their head, and you're going to rush in by hitting the finisher button, and you're just going to eliminate them right away.
Style.
It's awesome.
That
It feels
is
super
amazing.
great, very satisfying.
Yeah, and so I see there's one for, there's one for a hunter, one for a warlock, one for a titan. Is there one for every subclass as well within that?
There's different class-oriented finishers, and everyone, when Destiny 2 Shadowkeeper launches, will get all 3 of those finishers.
Ooh, very exciting. And what I'm noticing here is while we're playing, obviously we're cutting through a lot of footage here, but it doesn't seem like there's any cooldown between finishers either. You can kind of just, can you rampage through and just finish?
The only cooldown is watching the Sam animation over and over again.
With Armor 2.0, we're taking a lot of customization and RPG elements and inserting them into the action game.
Okay.
So once you start digging that system, more things become possible with finishers. All of a sudden, you can say, hey, I'm going to take my artifact, I'm going to earn one of these mods at the end. It's a collectible now, it's not a consumable. And that one right there, probably my favorite one, if you finish an enemy with that mod equipped, you will spawn a heavy ammo brick for your entire fire team.
Wow, that's incredible.
But it will cost half of your super.
Oh, okay, that's a heavy cost as well.
Don't get everything for free in life. There's always a catch.
Imagine doing that in the raid, though, and you're like, oh,
well, see, this is
right?
the thing. Now we don't have heavy ammo since we're creeping back in. I'm a big fan of that. Thank you. And yeah, combat mods that sounds like a really good way to, if you want to spice up your gameplay a little bit, you can add a combat mod in instead. Maybe sacrifice a bit more utility. Maybe be less selfish is what I'm thinking.
Well, there's totally selfish ones too.
Oh, okay, go on.
There's ones that will recharge your health. There's the exotic, the Assassin's Cowl that'll make you go invisible. So a lot of play styles open up when you start looking to finisher mods and putting them around.
Wow, and it does seem like the whole system is really just geared towards personalization of your character. Which is
we're opening up a whole new world of options that let you build the perfect
A whole new world.
So if you have a Guardian, or if you have yet to create a Guardian, you can create a hero for this game that is really a reflection of who you are. It fights the way you want to fight. It looks the way you want to look. We even just took a look at some of the different options that we have in the game for selecting your difficulty, so that you can go in and you can play Destiny.
I don't have anything new to say.
You can earn extra rewards for
Is this appealing to someone? I'm tired of talking shit on Destiny.
We were talking about before. You can charge your
It's not fun anymore.
for you and your team, more beyond.
And that doesn't come without risk, does it? Are you invulnerable when you do these
You are
moves?
not.
You are not invulnerable. So when you've got that one guy on your fire team who just can't help himself and has to do a finishing move, and then he dies, and you're just, thanks for ruining my flawless run.
Well, it's exciting. You see that glow across the battlefield, and like, if I can get that guy, and get that rocket, I need it. And so you rush across, and
Can you
it's
do
a
it
risk
on
reward.
the really big bosses?
You can't do it on the really big bosses.
Oh, I like that.
You can do it on everything below.
But speaking of personalization, you're also here to talk about what players can do to turn that personal challenge up to 11. Deej, can you tell us the secret to creating the elitist of elite guardians?
I think it's really about making sure that it fits the way you like to fight. So if you're the type of player that likes to get up close and personal with the punching, if you got that Titan sensibility about yourself, finishing moves are going to be exactly the thing that you're going to want to do. If you like to hang back, if you're the sniper, if you're not really into the risk-reward thing, the nice thing is that some of these benefits are shareable across the team. So somebody who rushes in and does a finishing move could drop heavy ammo on the floor to share with their friends. So that Destiny's all about teamwork. It's all about playing with the other people that are on your fire team, getting to know your friends and the way they play. The way you play really complements the way they play. That's the ultimate team right there.
I feel like Leah seems to be really judgmental. I don't think I'm quite up to the challenge. But what do you guys think? Does that sound pretty ace? You big Destiny fans? Right, that's what we want to hear. So I suppose most importantly, we need to find out when can they get their hands on Shadowkeeper? Well, I keep forgetting you're so loud every time I ask that question. No one hears me. I'm like, when can we play the game?
Play the game on October 1st.
Okay, that's not so long. That's not so long. It's well, it's really long for Leah. Not so far for everyone
Counting
else.
every minute. Guys, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for being here. Now, thank you. Now over to Benny with the latest Metro Exodus.
All I'm going to say is I cannot wait for Leah to carry me through.
New DLC for Metro.
But Metro Exodus
Huh?
fans, listen up, because this next announcement is lit. The newest expansion is nearly
Fuck
and it
you.
brings with it a new story, classic Metro gameplay.
Fuck you.
That is literally fire. In the Two Colonels expansion, we follow Colonel Klebnikov during the last days of life in Novosibirsk. Novosibirsk. I've been trying to say that all day. Right, and everyone is now laughing at me. I got the first one. All right, but a story that helps guide Colonel Miller's mission to discover the reason for the extinction a year later. And the weapon of choice, well, a flamethrower, of course. If you're new to the franchise or want to relive the Metro saga, including Metro
I get the joke.
Metro Last Light,
Fuck you.
all available right now on
I'm pretty pumped for more Metro though. Metro's sick.
action. It's time for another world premiere. Roll it.
Okay. Here's an announcement.
There were quite a few survivors here, until they killed each other off. Looks like that lie in Moscow did work after all. So your father's on a mission? When is he coming back?
I don't know.
Colonel Klebnikov, report your situation. Over.
In the hands of our enemies, truth may be dangerous. We must carefully choose who we can entrust with it, and who we cannot.
Are you ready to face your maker?
The truth that might scare them must be kept secret.
That's a beastly flamethrower.
We both served the great lie because we both made ourselves believe it was necessary. But now, I can finally look truth in the eye.
Okay.
Hey, I don't know if you caught that at the end of the trailer, but the Two Colonels DLC is out
Colonels.
tomorrow. That is amazing news.
That didn't. Did that say Colonels? I'm pretty sure that's Colonels.
But now, if
Maybe I read it wrong.
to bring people together, then this next title is the glue to a family of fans. Unlike any other.
That's right. Gears of War is a solid gold Xbox classic and has one of the strongest, most passionate, and most supportive communities anywhere in video games. So let's take a look at how Gears has gone beyond the game and built unbreakable bonds of family all over the world.
I think we can find you answers there.
Where are we going?
Back to where it all began.
Gears of War has what it takes to be one of the most successful video game franchises of all time.
Since day one, my brother and I just built that strong bond, just like Dom and Marcus did.
Playing Gears of War has changed me because it brought me into a world of looking at games as more than just games.
People that are playing these games now grew up playing these games, and they've seen Marcus and Baird and Dom go through all of the trials and tribulations that they have, and now there's this new generation, and the fans get to grow with the characters.
We're basically minutes away before going on stage in front of millions of people and introduce the world to Gears 5.
I don't think people really give Gears its due for the influence it's had on modern video games.
I felt like you were playing a game, but you were also watching a movie.
Gears fan base
like the most passionate fan base I've ever been exposed to.
They're so warm and welcoming, and they love this game and they're passionate about it. When you meet them in person, it's almost as if everybody knew each other to begin with.
Whether you're in it for the story or the characters or the camaraderie, it's just constantly giving fans something to care about.
You're a goddamn cow! A coward! And you can tell when a game has a little bit of magic in it, because there's something about it that pulls you in, that makes you go, oh, that is so cool.
I've never wanted a game to come out this badly.
There's nothing else like that.
There's a very young Alana.
Working hard to bring you our most ambitious Gears Award title yet.
I was not expecting Alana to just come out of nowhere like that.
Legitimate chills. Trying not to tear up. Trying not to tear up.
Gears
But
community is so special.
oh, I mean, I think we got a fair bunch of them here, to be honest.
Right.
And now it's come to the time in the show that you have all been waiting for. A first look at Gears 5 Horde mode.
Yes, I am absolutely buzzing for this. Here now.
Is that what the next 30 minutes is gonna be? Is all Gears? Probably. I haven't played Gears since Gears 3.
Now you see me, now you don't.
When you see the white in my eyes, better run, better hide, don't survive in what I'm on. Jack! I ain't here to play around. If I were you, I would run right now. Good work, Jack. Bang on the ground. Oh yeah. Watching every move you enact on. Help me secure the test. Step is your last one. Yeah. Forge deployed. Getting closer. Make a wrong move and it's game over. Let's go. Here they come. To play around. If I were you, I would run right now. Hope you ready, 'cause I'm here to battle. Play 4 days early with Xbox Game Pass Ultimate.
I might just keep clapping. I don't think I'm never going to stop clapping.
Just how we like
Should I
it.
just clap through the next segment? Well, in that we saw gameplay, ultimates, and, sorry Graham, but one very badass looking drone.
Yes, ma'am.
But before we bring the coalition to the stage, Xbox's Catalina Macedo caught up with the team to take a deeper look into Horde for Gears 5.
I'm Katarina and I'm here at the Coalition Studio. Today I'll be talking with studio head Rod Ferguson and multiplayer design
That's a cool
director
hallway.
Ryan Cleven about the upcoming Gears 5 Horde mode. Just being here at the studio, you can really feel the excitement and the passion that went into this game and this mode. So let's go check it out.
We always talk about co-op as cake and not icing, that co-op is central to what it is to be Gears. And so I feel like Horde is sort of a really large expression of that with 5-player co-op.
Everything started with Gears 2 Horde. It was lightning in a bottle. It was, you know, what people look back on as the defining defensive game mode through all of games. It was the idea that you were going to be doing this as an endurance run, as a 3-hour epic experience, and a mode like without any cutscenes, without any, you know, character development, without any story, had to hold people's attention for 3 hours. And with Gears 5, what we feel that we've done really is almost the complete realization of what Gears 2 set out to be.
The big thing for us now is this idea of ultimates. basically characters used to be just defined by the weapons they carried, and you were all the same. You just looked kind of different, and because you all could carry the same weapons. But now every character has its own ultimate ability, its own special ability it can bring to the game that changes how you play.
You can look over and see Kate trying to gather power, and you know that she has an ability to turn herself invisible, so you don't need to worry if she gets in a tough fight.
There's also a really big thing called taps now, which are these energy geysers that show up around the map. Because generally when you find in Horde, you would like lock in on a particular place and you would defend from that place for the entire 50 waves. Now, in order to get as much power as possible, to get as strong as possible, you actually have to like move and expand your base to go and capture those energy taps. And every 10 waves, once you beat that boss, a new energy tap appears and you have to go and capture it. So it's really changed the dynamic where now it's much more aggressive than it was in the past.
For the first time, your character will start with all the cards that they've already equipped, but they will then increase the power of those cards and increase the power of their core abilities over the course of the game, and that progression is then reset, and you can.
This looks fun, but this isn't doing a whole lot for me.
Fresh, if you can try it.
Now, I wish I had more to add to all this, but like, the show hasn't been great, but it's an inside Xbox thing. It's not a traditional conference.
One of the things that we've done that is subtle but super important is that whenever you pick up power, which is the currency in Horde, that power gets equally distributed amongst everyone. And that means that if you see some power on the ground, everyone will want you to pick it up.
And then we've added stuff to give more information to the players, and things like health bars over bosses and mini bosses, and so those little feedback mechanisms, and it allows you to play differently because now I can see that the mini boss is on very little health, so I can go like, I'm gonna get aggressive because I know I can do it, or I can see, oh, they still have a lot. So back.
To take characters and push them even further, we've added Jackbot as a playable character inside Horde. It's one of the most pivotal roles on the battlefield. Jack can fly anywhere on the map. He can move really quickly, faster than anybody else. He can heal people, repair things. Really, he's the jack of all trades, and you really want him to be your best buddy. Over time, we're going to add new characters, and with each character we add, the meta will change. We will have different combinations of strengths. We'll have different team compositions that will be beneficial to certain kinds of players. Every time we add a new character and every time we add a new map, what we hope to see is the Horde community come together to explore this space and show us what the best combination of characters is.
And so that idea of finding 5 people who know how to balance the classes, know how to balance the characters, and know what the objective is and what you're trying to do, and everybody's playing together in lockstep with each other, there's nothing more special than having that alignment and succeeding on that goal.
It's really, by far, from our point of view, the most intense, engaging, action-oriented, fierce, epic defensive mode there is in video games.
I really like that Horde creates...
It's the most buzzword.
You know, lone wolfiness, not as successful
Buzzword.
as coming together. You know, it's sort of our motto for the studio. We always say, if you want to go fast, go alone, but if you want to go far, go together. And that's true for Horde as well.
It's been so exciting to be here today. As a Gears fan since Gears 1, I cannot wait to get my hands on the new Horde mode and all the new features. If you're a Game Pass Ultimate subscriber, you can get Gears 5 on September 6th. For everyone else, the game will be available on September 10th.
That was an incredible first wave to showcase Gears 5 Horde mode. Now, can I get a huge round of applause for Rod Ferguson and Ryan Cleveland for joining us here on Inside Xbox.
Thank you so much for being here, guys. It is a pleasure.
I've got to ask, first of all, right, those ultimates are, like, can you tell us a little bit more about those? Because they look amazing.
Yeah, the ultimates, each one of them is unique to the character. They're really something that we see, like, both defines them as well as creates a really great relationship with the team. We've got Kate going invisible. We've got JD that could call in, like, a giant artillery strike. We've got Dell who can summon trackers to help him out.
It looks like it's nothing but Gears announcements
Works best for the team.
And
for the rest of the show.
It's a different styles than what you saw from the Blue at E3.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll end it there. You know what? We've been going for a while. I don't care about the rest of this stuff. You guys don't want to see me bored for another 20 minutes while semi-complaining about how bored I am watching this. I don't know. It was cool. I'm gonna stop the recording of that. It was cool. I don't know what I was expecting it to be. Like, I knew it was gonna be an Inside Xbox thing. It wasn't gonna be a I gotta title it real quick so it can save that recording. But yeah, I knew it was an Xbox Inside Xbox thing, but I don't know what I was expecting. I knew I wasn't expecting a conference out of it. I was expecting maybe a few announcements, but like what they said were announcements, quote unquote, I feel like weren't really announcements because we already knew these things. And what they said was world premieres. We've already knew the games existed, so what was the world premiere of? It was a world premiere of that trailer, but not of the game. It was really interesting and weird. Just a lot of weird wording. Dedicating 10 minutes to 2K or however long I skipped over. What are you doing? I mean, I guess it appeals to someone, but not to me, which is fine. It doesn't have to appeal to me. I'm just... on my show, I'm just saying. That's why I skipped it, you know. But from where do we go from there? I guess really nowhere. There was nothing really to say. There's nothing really to add because they don't really add anything themselves. So we're just going to leave it there. It's been fun, guys. It's been real. Peace out, Cub Scouts.